Okay, students. So in our last class, we have discussed asexual mode of reproduction. Okay, we have discussed different types of reproduction, that is binary fission, multiple fission, budding, spore formation, etc. So today we are going to discuss sexual reproduction. Okay, so sexual reproduction involves the formation of male and female gametes. Okay, so in case of sexual reproduction, two parents will be produced, or two parents are present. Not produced, two parents are present, that is one male parent and one female parent, and there will be also the involvement of gametes. Okay, two parents are present, one male parent and one female parent, and also there will be the involvement of gametes. The male parent will produce male gametes and the female parent will produce female gametes. Then another important thing regarding sexual reproduction is that variations are produced. In asexual reproduction, we have said that all the progenies formed or all the offsprings formed will be identical to their parent, and also they will be identical to each other. Okay, but here in case of sexual reproduction, two parents are present, right? There will be one male parent and there will be one female parent. So the offspring has to acquire characters from both the parents, that is from male parent also and from female parent also. That's why variations are produced, that it is not identical to any of the parent. It will be not identical to the male parent and it will be not identical to the female parent. Instead of that, variations, that is some differences from the parents will be there. Okay, examples are, if we consider our case as an example, we are not the exact carbon copy of our parents, right? There are many differences from our father and from our mother. Okay, but also there are some similarities. So that's why variations are produced in case of sexual reproduction. Then sexual reproduction is an elaborate, complex and slow process. Okay, compared to asexual reproduction is more elaborate, more complex, and it is a slow process. Then, so this is the schematic representation of sexual reproduction. So here there is a female parent. Okay, the female parent will produce the female gamete known as egg. Okay, the female parent will produce the female gamete known as egg. Then there is another parent, the second parent, that is the male parent. Okay, this male parent will produce the male gametes known as sperms. Later, this egg and sperm fuses together to form a zygote. Okay, egg and sperm will fuse to form a zygote. And this zygote later develops into an embryo, which develops to a new organism. So there will be two parents, and two parents will produce their respective gametes, and these gametes fuse to form a zygote. Okay, so when we consider sexual reproduction, it has got two differences, mainly two differences from asexual reproduction. The first one is that the involvement of two parents, that is one male parent and female parent. Then gametes are produced. Then another most important difference is that variations are produced. Okay, so we have already said that the gametes or the germ cells fuse to form a new individual. Okay, so you know regarding the chromosome numbers. Okay, so what is the chromosome number in human? Okay, the chromosome number in a human cell is 46. That is all the cells. Okay, all our cells will have the same chromosome number, that is 46. But consider what happens if the egg with 46 number of chromosomes will fuse with the sperm with 46 egg, or the female gamete with 46 number of chromosomes will fuse with the male gamete with 46 number of chromosomes. What will happen to the chromosome number in case of the zygote? It will have 46 plus 46, that is 92 chromosomes, double the number of chromosomes. But that is not the case here. Here the gametes will have half the number of chromosomes. Okay, so here in our case, in the case of human, we will have 23 chromosomes in egg and 23 chromosomes in sperm. That is, the chromosome number in germ cells or gamete will be half. What is the purpose of this reduction in chromosome number? In order to maintain the chromosome number and DNA, the number of chromosomes and DNA content in new generation. So every generations we have to maintain the chromosome number, right? So we have to maintain the chromosome number. In case of human, we have to maintain the chromosome number as 46 in every generation. So for this purpose, the gametes should have only half the number of chromosomes. That is, in our case, only 23 chromosomes should be there in case of male gamete. Now we shall discuss the structures of male gametes and female gamete. Okay, so among the germ cells or among the gametes, in most cases, one gamete will be large and it contains the food stores. Okay, one gamete will be large with more cytoplasm and it stores the food required for the development of zygote. And that gamete, okay, the gamete with the stored food is considered as the female gamete. Okay, the large gamete which contains the stored food is called the female gamete. Then the second gamete will be motile. Okay, second gamete will be motile and will be smaller. This smaller and motile second gamete is known as the male gamete. Okay, so female gamete will be large and it will have stored food reserves, but male gamete will be small and it will be motile also. The female gamete will be immotile. It can't move. Only the male gamete will be motile. So these are the structures of sperm cell in human. The male gamete is known as sperm and the sperm is motile. With the help of its tail, it can move. Then the female gamete in human is the ovum. So ovum is large and round in shape and it is non-motile. Okay, now we are moving to the sexual reproduction in flowering plants. You know, in flowering plants also sexual reproduction takes place, mainly the group of flowering plants known as angiosperms. Okay, angiosperms, they show sexual mode of reproduction. So the important parts of a flower, you have learned this already in your early classes. The important parts of a flower are sepals, petals, stamens and carpels. Okay, sepals, this bottom part, these are the sepals. Then this part, that is petal. Okay, sepals, petals, then stamens. So these numerous in number. Okay, stamens, numerous stamens are shown here. So these are the stamens. And last part, carpel. Okay, this blue colored outlined part, that is the carpel. Okay, so 4 parts: sepals, petals, stamens and carpels. So the stamens and carpels are the reproductive parts of a flower. Okay, you know the function of reproductive parts, that is the production of gametes. So These stamens and carpels, the stamens are the male reproductive parts and carpels are the female reproductive part of a flower. Then, what is the function of sepal and petal? They also helps in the process of pollination or the process of reproduction. That is, sepals will provide a support and petals, you know that the petals of a flower are colored and beautiful and they will attract the insects which act as pollinators. Okay,